Hello and welcome friends and welcome back to Destiny 2. Today we're going to be going over the exotic quest, Seraph's Shield. First thing about this exotic mission, I would actually use Omnioculus Hunter or the new Gear Falcons Hunter. Just because you can walk through this entire area invisible, you don't have to worry about the towers sniping you or anything like that. You can go straight through to the end, and you can even make your teammates invisible if you want. I was just playing with some random guys, but it's still helpful, especially to other people. If you're playing this, they can just walk right through this part. Also wanted to mention, if you guys like this video, be sure to check out my Spire of the Watcher solo flawless dungeon, my last video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Once you've made your way across the field, you're just going to kill that ogre. I throw a smoke bomb back to make my teammates invisible, because just, help them out. Then you just follow the path that I do, all the way till the technical first encounter. Now once you've made it to this room, you're going to see some ads spawn. Just kill the ads. However, you will notice that one of the ads, especially if you've played Deepstone Crypt, has this little emblem above his head. Now this is the scanner emblem. So you're going to go ahead and pick that up, and you're going to notice that there's a few consoles around the room that start to glow yellow. You're actually going to want to hack these. Once you walk up to one that's glowing, it'll give you the option to hack it. You hack it, case in point. And then you're going to go into these tubes, kind of like Deepstone Crypt. Now that you've gone up the tubes, you are on Seraph Station. So you're going to look around the room, and you're going to see this little glowing terminal thing. These things that we're shooting at, I believe, are something to do with the catalyst. I'm not quite sure. But you'll see, like me and my teammate here, we use this to open the door that will strip your buff. Now, if you don't do that and you try to walk through the door, there's like an energy shield. It will strip the buff. But in the next room here, there's another guy with the scanner buff. You pick that up, and you just go around the room and you find these little vents and other little hidey holes, and they will take you to the next hacking terminals. Once in this room, just kill all of the ads. You'll notice again that one of these guys has the scanner buff above his head. You're going to grab that scanner buff, and you're going to find the hack terminals around the area. But there's one little niche to this one. So you're going to grab it. You're going to go right up to the vent. All normal, right? Well, the next one, not so normal. So now you kill the ads, but you'll notice there's one more terminal. See there how it's on the left? You're going to go ahead and strip your buff. It's going to open the door. You're going to go up, and you're going to notice that there's 4 smaller consoles up here. Now it's on the far left, so I activate the far left console, and boom, there you go. So you're going to see this a couple of times throughout the dungeon. Well, not really dungeon, but the mission. And you're going to have to work with your teammates on this. Now, you can do it solo, but it's definitely going to take a lot of remembering, and it's going to be way harder. So I don't think you get anything from doing this solo or anything like that. So you might as well do it with a fire team. Even if you're not the greatest, I mean, it's still going to be better than doing it alone. Once in this room, yet again, you're going to see a guy with the scanner buff. You're going to grab that scanner buff. Now, there's a couple of things here. Notice that you can see a bunch of different consoles here, okay? And there's 3 of them that are lit up. You're going to have to remember those. Keep in mind which one of the consoles that you saw that was lit up. So finish killing all the ads in this room, and then you'll be able to do the actual challenge. Now, the best way that I found to do this is to have somebody on the top stair there and somebody on this lower tier here. You'll see with the scanner buff that there are tiles on the floor down here that are all lit up. You have to follow this path or it's going to reset this little challenge here. So if you have someone here directing the person that goes into the microwave field where to go, and then the person up top directing them as to which consoles to hit, you're going to be able to get through this very quickly. So that's why having a fire team is really easy to do this with. Otherwise, you're going to have to remember where all the consoles are, as well as where this path is. Now, it's the same path every single time, so if you do it a bunch, you will remember it, but it's just so much easier to be like, hey, you take 1 tile forward and then take 1 tile to the left. It makes it much easier. So everything progresses as normal, but you'll see that there is something a little different about this room. There's a guy here with a red buff, and this is the operator buff. Now once you pick up the operator buff, there's going to be these little console things that start glowing. Case in point, you have to shoot those, and that's going to open this first door. Now you're going to have to find where these are around the room. If you follow the path that I take, you'll be able to find them all. I believe there's 3 in this room. There's 1 in this side room here. So you activate that one. And then there's another one to my left, and then where I'm going right now, there's a 3rd one. Now that I think about it, I think there's 4 in this room. So if you just follow the path that I take, you'll be able to get there in no time. Once you've shot all the operator nodes and you head to the next door, you'll be entering into the captain's quarters. Now keep in mind, there is a bug right now in the captain's quarters. I don't know if Bungie has fixed it yet. I don't think they have. But if you kill the captain and you do not get a Nexus key drop, then you need to unfortunately restart the mission because you need it to get to that augmentation station to open the door, and unfortunately it's happened to me multiple times. So if this guy doesn't drop this little red key card here, then unfortunately again you need to start over. Now we're going to have the first pseudo boss fight of the entire dungeon, or mission rather. This Hive General right here is going to spawn in the middle after you blow up some canisters. They are going to have a shield for a couple of seconds and then it's going to go away. You simply just deal damage till the shield comes back, and you're going to have those big Elixni tank looking things, the big fallen tanks on 2 legs. Those are going to spawn. There's going to be 3 of them, one to the left, the right, and in the middle of the room. Simply just kill those and then wipe the other ads, and you then progress to the next room. Once you're up to this point, you're going to see a glass wall, and it's going to have a bunch of fallen behind it. They're going to then ask you to surrender your weapons as part of a ploy to get onto their ship. So you just give up your weapons, and then it's going to teleport you right onto the fallen ship. And if from there, it's pretty straightforward. You just run through, you open some doors, and then it's going to be able to allow you to get to the outside of Seraph Station. Now we get to the part which I think is one of the coolest parts in Destiny. You're on the outside of Seraph Station, jumping down from the fallen ship. So you go to the edge of this dock right here, or this plank, and you just jump. And it's really fun. You can see all of Earth, and you can see most of Seraph Station, and it looks like this giant space station hovering above the planet. And it's a really fun thing. So all you have to do is just jump down on these like arm-looking things, these little docks here, get all the way through, and it's basically just a jumping puzzle to the end. There is, however, a small portion where you have to get the operator buff and shoot a couple of the nodes to allow some platforms to come out, and I will kind of just show you that, but just for the most part, you follow the path that I'm going. Once we get to that part, I'll show you. So you'll see that I took care of the guy with the operator buff, and then I'm going to just jump out onto this little platform right here, turn around, and if you look, you'll see him right there. Tiny little things. You're going to shoot both of those, and that's going to actually put out 2 platforms, but that's not enough. So if you look across the way, there's the last one. You're going to shoot that last one, and it has these little platforms that come out of the side of the station for you to jump over to. From here on, you're just going to go ahead and kill the ads, make your way through the rest of the station, and you're going to get to a point where you've jumped up to a platform that allows you to regain access to the inside of Seraph Station. In this room, it's a little bit more of the same. Just simply take care of the ads, make sure that they're all gone, and then you move on to the next room. The next room is going to have a couple more puzzles, just like the previous ones that we've been doing, and I think you're starting to see the pattern here. So let's get the buff from the guy, do the thing that the buff allows you to do, proceed to the next area, kill all the ads, call it a day. Once you're all done with that, in these next couple of rooms, you're actually going to finally catch up to that pesky hive general that was giving us a problem earlier. Now that she bit the big one, you're going to move on to the next room. Inside here, there's going to be a guy with an operator buff. You're actually going to use this to open one door, and then inside of there will be another guy with a buff for the scanner buff. And you're going to take that, and that's how you open all the doors in this room to proceed to the next area. Now that you've made it to this room, you're actually going to want to keep a hold of your operator buff for a second. So there is a guy in here that does give you the operator buff. There is going to be a thing for you to shoot in here. Once you shoot it, it's going to open that door next to the buff there on the floor, and there's going to be a guy in there with the scanner buff. The scanner buff is then going to allow you to hack a terminal. That terminal is then going to allow you to use the teleporter on the other end of the room. Proceeding on as you have, you're going to take away your buff, it's going to open the door. This next area right here is going to now have a third new buff. This buff is the suppressor buff. The suppressor buff is to strip shields from enemies that have an unbreakable or an immunity shield. Now, notice how I'm just standing in it and nothing is happening. So this was something that I didn't realize at first, but if you actually stand underneath these, you need to shoot the enemy that has the immunity shield, and that will actually help to break it. There's 3 in this room, there will be 3 in the big boss fight at the end, and it's the same thing. Find the 3, shoot the boss to remove his shield, and then go into and find the generators for the shield. That will take care of it. So now it's big boss time. Praxis the Defiled. The witness has brought him back, and we did kill him earlier in the story, but somehow the witness has done something that the traveler can only do, or has been shown to do. So here we are. He has a shield. It's health gated, so you just do a bunch of damage. You hit the first health gate. Notice that there's the suppressor buff guy here. We're going to take care of him, grab the suppressor buff, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did to the orb in the earlier room. Okay? So find the orbs, shoot the boss's shield with one. You don't even have to do a lot of damage. It's just one bullet will do. But you do have to find these around the room. Now, he's a little bit different. He doesn't have just one shield generator. He has 3. One on the left-hand side of the room, one on the right-hand side of the room, and one in the middle. So here's the right-hand side one. Teammate got it. The middle one is actually right underneath him. If you look to my right here, I'm about to shoot a grenade in there. and then all the way on the left. The right and the left ones are pretty good to see. The middle one is probably the hardest one, but once those are done, you simply go back to dealing damage to him and continue the fight as such. Now that you've defeated Praxis, you just go into this last room here to upload the virus to Seraph Station, and at that point it will spawn chests for you because you're done. Congratulations, you've defeated Seraph Station on whatever difficulty it is that you've done. I've done this on Legend and on Normal. It is the same process, just harder enemies. I did get a second chest when I did it on Legendary, but have a great day.